so I thought I'd share this little vlog just to let you know where I'm at in the world. Well, let's just see. I think I ended it on Brazil. So Brazil was an interesting one for me that I went there in March, so it seems like a lifetime ago for me now. But things didn't go to plan in Brazil with the organisation and meeting the children from the community project, and I think I just took that really personally, and it kind of made me more humbled because I don't know, coming from Brazil, I just felt like I didn't belong there. Although I see myself as more of a global citizen now than from Brazil, but I kind of really wanted to have that sense. But then the detachment I had was because I couldn't speak the language, and if I can't speak the language, I can't really immerse myself in the Brazilian and the Brazilian pulse, if you like. So, and then I was like reflecting inwards, like, you know, if I could speak the language, then I can communicate to the community projects and you know, open doors and things like that, rather than relying on other people with generosity of their time. So I kind of, yeah, I felt ashamed of not knowing my mother tongue, and I felt very humbled having to ask for help in order to open doors in Brazil with people's contacts. So I took a step back and had to really deal with the shame. It was at the same time where I was kind of figuring out, why am I not important to me? So there was a lot of things going on, and I couldn't really get the itch, if you know what I mean, out of it. So since then I've been on like a silent no communication retreat, and I just let you know that I went on 2 retreats. One was 8 years ago, the Wim Hof winter travel. That was life-changing, and you know, subsequently I'm now a Wim Hof instructor. I didn't plan to be a Wim Hof instructor. In fact, when I was going through the process, yeah, it just felt right to be there, although I had no idea why I was choosing to become a Wim Hof instructor, if you know what I mean. So it was more to find out more about myself and the unraveling of my identity, or the word self, and the projection, because I do believe that self has come from what my parents projected onto me, and then I sort of engulf those patterns. And what I love about the Wim Hof is that it helps create new neurological pathways that make you think just differently after breath work, or endorse, you know, some good hormones, great circulatory and firing up the motor neurons in the brain from the cold exposure and stuff, that I was just a different being or an existence after breath work and ice. And that is exactly what I needed to redefine a few things and then kind of let go of what doesn't serve me. So love the Wim Hof journey for that. Also gave me rise in the masculine and feminine energy, because I think it's a little bit unbalanced in this world, and actually the Wim Hof for me has just given me security in the feminine energy. So and really sort of helped me with my detachment, if you like, in my first chakra, and now I feel like I can feel again, which is super cool. So anyway, so going back to Brazil, I thought I was ready, but actually I can't help myself unless I know the language. So the buck stops at me. I've had beautiful people wanting to volunteer and help, but I really need to go through that with the barrier of language. So I wondered why I had the barrier of language, and what I found out was now that I have like compassion and forgiveness for my parents, as on the previous video I was going to share, it's kind of unlocked for the first time my ability to sense being in my mother's womb, because I was so shut down by the trauma that I think speaking Portuguese for me would bring back that trauma of it being unsafe and unprotected. I do actually believe my mum, my birth mum, wanted to abort me, and I think I was begging her just to say, please don't abort, and somewhere in the womb life we made a pact that she would give birth and I'll live my best life. I still believe believe that really resonates with me. So, but it's new information that I'm having through now, which really sits well with me, sort of the more unfolding, if you like, and I'm feeling really good. Like the next 8 years are definitely more in a place of love and less fear. I'm feeling super grounded in nature, and more importantly that I'm feeling the trust in humans again. So I think the first part of my life was confusion, but now I have the best of both worlds, but I really feel it inside. So yeah, a hell of a lot more compassion coming up now, and I really want to do something about the Portuguese language now, and maybe inside me I feel that I've unlocked something, and you never know, I'm gonna give it a go and see whether I can, you know, live with no judgment and no perfection on myself, wanting to speak the language and getting frustrated. So let's just see how it is. And I feel I've gone through a few journeys recently that it's just uncovered more, but from a beautiful place of love and compassion. So never know. I think Project Brazil is rising in me again. I'm really grateful for everyone who's helped me so far. You guys know who you are. But I think it's time for me to help myself and learn the language, so I can really feel that sense of belonging, or bringing up more vibrations in me, just speaking the language that might unlock more of my past. If it comes up, it comes up, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. Let's just see what the future holds. So there's a kind of like a wasp thing going over the camera. I'm kind of hoping it will walk over camera, but let me film, you film me. Oh, maybe it's coming over the camera now. But that would be super nice way to end it, where this wasp is so inquisitive and is going over. This is a new experience, me filming the camera whilst the camera is live, but it won't go over the lens. It's so sweet. It's gonna go over the lens. How cool is that? So obviously, hopefully they'll fly off, but I just wanted to share a big thank you, guys, for watching my channel. And it came from it came from lockdown, but it actually, deep down, it's been helping me process and understand a few things that have happened to me in my childhood, and yeah, so it was a little bit more deeper for me than a lady just throwing herself into cold water. But I feel a lot lighter now. I've done a lot of inner work, and just with the energies around right now, I'm feeling that the shame has come out to the light and it cannot survive. And I've got a voice for it now, and I'm just feeling great. And the gratitude that I've got from for this channel, just to help me process, I can't thank you guys enough, because if it hadn't been for your support, I probably wouldn't have done so many videos of blogging my crazy life, and a lot of my life didn't make any sense. I'm not saying that it makes sense and I have the answers, but I'm just feeling good in the way that I now kind of respond, and how I feel in my body, of more love and compassion, especially to my parents. I don't condemn what they did at all, but I have found forgiveness, and I've let go of the bitterness and resentfulness that I held deep down. So let's just see what the future unravels or unfolds. I'm hoping, you know, I'd have more beautiful relationships and more beautiful work commitments that will just help unlock and be at oneness with the world. So I'm actually just fascinated by this little wasp, more so than my words. So I'll leave it there, and I'm just going to continue watching the wasp, and let's just see if I can make it into the water. Oh, there we are. Oh, so cute. Full disclosure. Oh, it flew off. So I'm making friends with the wasp. How weird is that? Oh well, it's just going to go for a walk with me, and if it wants to go in the water, it's more than welcome to. But that is where I'm heading next. So I'm heading to see, I haven't been here for ages, this part of the Lake District, so just to see if there's a deep enough pool to go for a dip this afternoon.